Hi there, Khalid. So I've got an essay from you here. It's about international marketing. I'm very happy to see this. Let's take a look straight away at what you wrote. Okay. With the increasing need of globalization, international markets introduced in the country can sometimes be put to the trial as it is considered as trespassing and taking over of the local economy. Okay, it started off strong, but then some things happened that kind of made the meaning less clear here. So let's take a look at what we can do with that to fix it, shall we? Let's see. So with the increasing rate of globalization, international markets introduced in a country can sometimes be put to the test, I think is better, as this may be considered, this referring back to international markets. I don't even think you mean international markets. I think you mean international marketing, because international markets is something different than international marketing. So it should say that, international marketing, as this is considered, I wouldn't even say as trespassing. That's incorrect. So it is considered invasive, or it is considered it is believed to spoil the particular country. I mean, there's another way to say this. There's lots of other ways, but this is definitely not what we're looking for here. Okay, however, on the other hand, some consider that it is the necessity of the current era, and such knowledge, such economical knowledge, could help with raising awareness of different ideas, language, and culture. I believe that the introduction of international markets could have a positive impact on the country's own economy. In my opinion, allowing international traders into own premises will help the development of country's own living standards, job opportunities, special professional education. Okay, now you don't need to phrase it like this. Instead, what you it's the problem is with the "in my opinion" part. You need an introductory sentence here. We usually call this a topic sentence, but you need to kind of state it without this whole "in my opinion." So it has to basically be the introduction to your paragraph here, okay? So let's try instead something different. Let's say allowing international traders into, and I don't know what you mean by own premises. It's not accurate. So allowing international traders to let's see, into other markets, perhaps, that's what you mean. So allowing international traders into other markets will help the development of the country's own living standards, and the rest is fine. For example, a company may be scarce in certain resources like telecommunication, which would make it very difficult for the public to get in touch with each other. But with the introduction of foreign communication companies, the residents can enjoy benefits like full coverage, cheaper calling rates, and reliable internet services. Okay. Also, with the introduction of these companies, there comes a large requirement for the local employment. Okay, directly impacting living standards. As I have mentioned, it could also improve the education levels in the country. Careful with your spelling here. With the introduction of international curriculums, eventually increasing the opportunities of landing a better job. Okay, all right, that's fine. That's fine. That's it's well done. Yeah. Next, in a few scenarios, this could bring some harm to the country in question, such as introduced culture. Let's see. Not such as here, but instead I think you just mean as, because such as means like basically for example, and you really want to say because. So in few scenarios, this could, in a few scenarios, because in few scenarios is a negative meaning. I think you want to say several. So it should be in a few scenarios. This could bring some harm to the country in question, as introduced cultures could take over the existing heritage, not inheritance. Careful, different word. Or things like controlling the supplies of certain products, making a monopoly. Now these are really two different issues, so I don't know how I feel about you combining them together like this, but let's see how you develop it before I make a final statement about that. However, these drawbacks can be addressed by introducing certain policies. For instance, government setting up standards of issuing certain ratio. Oh, okay, so for instance, the government could set up standards of issuing a certain ratio of licenses to ensure there is no single monopoly, I would prefer, in the market. Okay? And then starting initiatives of starting initiatives of social awareness against the culture of the country. This way, people will always be reminded of their inherited values. Okay, there's some awkwardness here. Starting initiatives of social awareness against, this is awkward, this against the culture. So starting initiatives of social awareness regarding the culture of the country would remind people of their inherited values. You have to change the syntax of this, okay? So to sum up, I would say that bringing in international marketing could bring a lot of prosperity to the country with few negative impacts, which could be easily tackled by taking certain measures. This ensures that globalization is not harmful in any given way to the country. I don't know what you mean here, at test. At least, at best, I'm not really sure. I don't know what at test means. In the country in question, I'm a little confused by this. So, while I like a lot of the things that you said, there are some issues with this. Let's talk about one of them. Now, first of all, you basically said that you think international marketing has positive effects on a country, but look what you did. You actually had the wrong order of your paragraphs, because if you think that this is the side that you support, you actually have to talk about it last. So first you talk about the side that you don't agree with, and then you talk about the side that you do agree with. All right, so you have to reverse the order of these paragraphs. That's one thing. And then, you know, obviously there are some places where I had to change some of the grammar around and so forth. There are some nice elements, but I definitely want to see more of your writing so that we can continue to help you improve. And I think that, you know, the more feedback you get on your writing, the more it will help you to improve and kind of find any of the weaknesses in your writing. Okay, so I hope that we'll get to see more of your essays. I hope you'll continue to work with us in order to reach your IELTS goals. So that brings us to the end of the correction, and I wish you lots and lots of luck with your writing.